Hi everyone, we back and we want to talk. The purpose of this video is to talk about channel goals, right? I can still be optimistic. Shout out to optimistic. If you don't know, you better know. As long as you keep your head to the sky. I would love to have one of those moments when I just go back in my video and just see the things that were produced this year. So some things that I like to try out here is honestly just expanding the full course of said imagination, right? I think I wrote in the description of my last video, like, I don't practice brevity here. I talk a lot. I love this thing of being able to talk. But there's other things that go on, imagination included, that I like to explore and kind of expand in. So the best way that I could write them or describe them are as the follows. So one of the things that I want to do is just come on here more. And to be honest, I can't even tell you the amount of times that I've either filmed a video, wrote down a treatment of a video. And by treatment, I mean like just honestly jotting down some of my thoughts and my notes. And I recognize that I get stuck in different places. That's either the editing place, the filming place, the posting place, or just the doing it place, because I'm an overthinker. So I sometimes feel like I gotta look this way, I gotta act this way. But as I mentioned, nothing is rehearsed. So honestly, that's why I never have a short video, because I'm just utilizing what's coming to the mind, filtering it through his mouth, and dishing it out. But coming on here a little bit more is at the top of my proactive planning out goal. The next one is I want to bring more of those like processing videos. So I recognize my way of reviewing is not really reviewing the book. Either I'm giving like my general impression of it, or I'm processing my thoughts. I don't normally just go through and give a summary of what the book is about. I have played around that one video around just like talking about a recap of a couple of the chapters. I love that, because I'm telling you, books are really funny if you get up in it. Like books are really funny. But I really enjoy that. I love the processing out loud my thoughts after finishing a book or getting caught up in, the space in the world of a book. And yeah, I think that, I haven't gone that extra step of creating a book club. But I think this is like the space that I created until it gets to that next step of kind of just like thinking out loud, talking out loud. And, this is the best place to create a crew, right? Yeah. So y'all already see it. Y'all feel me. The other thing, which is a huge thing, is trying to incorporate writing. One of my favorite pastimes, it's still a present time for me, but one of my favorite pastimes includes writing and releasing and things like that. I mostly just journal now. I don't do or I haven't dipped into the creative writing in a really, really long time. But I realized that my journaling sometimes still serves as that same release of things where I include imagery and voice and voices of reason and lessons and intentions. And some of those are really personal, but some of them are just like things that feel nice and good to share, especially as I go the extra step and kind of creating like a story around it. So who knows, but I hope to find a way to double off of that here and just share some of those things that come, whether it's top of the dome or in writing or in self-care practice. I find it a little awkward for me just to do like me writing, but I'm just like, who knows? One day I might just have a quiet video and I'm coloring and I'm journaling and I'm creating a story around something, and I'll just like record that, and whatever it does is what it does. But can't think that like extra into it. You never know. That's still up in the air because, as I mentioned, you know, I am real sensitive and protective about my pen. I used to do poetry years ago. And I do mean years. And I don't dip into that as often because, you know, sometimes you just talk yourself out of it. But what I do know, 2 projects of mine that I would like to indulge in are directly related to me stepping out and allowing my pen to be public. So who knows what that will bring. So we'll see. We're taking the tiniest baby steps. And by baby steps, I mean, you know, think of the smallest toddler's foot. That's what we're taking. Another thing that I would like to do is bringing this iPhone outside. I really want to explore more bookstores, independently owned bookstores. But we'll see how that looks though. I find them or come across them on, whether it's, you know, through TikTok or Instagram, and you know, there's a lot of amazing and incredible themes that people have for their bookstores. Maybe they're just like really great pieces in the neighborhood, bookstores that also serve as cafes, bookstores that are woman owned, you know, all the things, bookstores that also like rent as a bar as well. So I just want to check them out. Like, I want to check them out when I have the time, and not even just in state, but like out of state, for as much as I can, like maximize locations and distance and stuff. So we'll see. The last one is honestly to have fun and diving back in, or just like bringing to the surface that level of creativity and authenticity to me, which is unfiltered fun. And when I think around creativity, is not just in writing, but in just different aspects. There's style, there's fashion, experimenting, music, dance, art, all of that. And when I think about the things that make my heart warm, is incorporating that and having to get out and experience that. I love live shows. I'm one of them girls. I'll go to an art show. I'll go to a museum. I'll go to, you know, a Broadway show. I'll go to a live, like, theatrical thing, supporting even the small independent ones in my neighborhood, in my community. I'll do them. I enjoy that. I love seeing, like, just art come to life in any aspect, the same way that, you know, books bring art to life in a different retrospect, right? So I really want to try to find more ways to not just involve myself into it, but also, like, how can I like have a keepsake of it, if that makes sense. I don't think I'm gonna be out here vlogging. That's just not my thing. I am the queen of getting B-roll footage, right? But I'm just not usually, especially at those type of events, because you don't have your phones on, and I'm really locked in a lot of the times, and probably crying my eyes out. When I went to Jill Scott's concert, I've seen Jill maybe 2 times, and I cried both times. So it was like, I get real locked in. I went to go see Alvin Ailey, and since I was little, I really wanted to see the Revelations performance, and I had a dance teacher who did her own interpretation of that performance. And, you know, my dance class was broken up into, like, the preteens, the teenagers, and whatever, and the teenagers always got to do that dance, and I wanted to do it. And then my very last year, I was tapped to do it, but I just did not do it. Whatever, that's a story for another day, child. I saw it live for the first time, and I literally, like, cried. I was in there crying. I'm one of them girls. I'm going to cry at art. Like, I love art expressions, especially when it hits the heart. A part of me just hopes to allow a very important girl inside of me. This is like my preteen to present, but preteen to maybe like the core of my young adult days to kind of also come to shine. The book lover girl is truly my mini me. We would be up in it and reading. But once she got a little bit older, it wasn't really the books. It was indulging in live art and getting caught up in different things, talking to yourself on the camera, thinking you know how to do makeup, just things like that. So I hope to allow her to shine too. And I think what really inspired this is because I found some old pictures and videos from my old laptop and my old digital camera from years ago, girl. Like years ago. And wow, the memories. Actually, speaking of that, this was actually my little camera holder. I was in undergrad and I found it. And this is not the one that I wanted though. The one I want is when I was gifted my first camera. I want to say 7th grade is when I got my first digital camera. But there's like some core pictures from like 7th and 8th grade, maybe 9th grade that I'm still on the search for. But needless to say, I found my little digital camera. And this is what kind of inspired me kind of like turning my camera back on and just having fun, because seeing me, whether it's majority of selfies, because one thing I was going to do was going to take a selfie. But seeing me just dancing to the beat of my own drum always, it just like makes you feel good. It fills your cup in the way that you need it to be. So that is really all. I don't have much else. That's really the goals here, aside from reading. Like, these are channel goals that I like to incorporate. At the core of it all, I'm going to be a reading girly, a book girly, so you can expect that. But if you see other things that may pop up every once in a while that's a little bit different, just know I'm trying to hold myself accountable. I'm trying to do things that I say, I was thinking about doing, or I'm trying to solve things that I imagined. No Solange, Yeah, but that's it. I love you for watching, for real, and I'll see you in my next one. Hopefully sooner than later. Bye.